Hey everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy and Shadow Show.
I'm Grumpy.
And I'm Shadow.
And today we're going to discuss SmackDown No Mercy pay-per-view. So let's get to it.
All right, well, let's get right into it. No one has mentioned yet about a kickoff show, and it seems like the pay-per-view itself is kind of thin. They've only got 5 matches, 4 of them are title matches, so I can't see them using one of these matches as a kickoff. What I can see is them using either Nikki and Carmella or Baron Corbin and Jack Swagger.
I'd like to see Nikki get this one. Carmella's been doing a lot of sneak attacks on her, so I think Nikki Bella needs some retribution. So I give this one to Nikki.
Now, if they go the other way with the Baron Corbin Jack Swagger match, all I can say is be prepared for history to repeat itself, as it has a million times in the past, and then Jack Swagger take the loss.
Seems like Jack Swagger's career is almost over. All he does is lose. And I think Jay Corbin's on a roll, so I'm going to give this one to Jay Corbin.
Yeah, something happened with Swagger ever since he lost the world title. He just hasn't. They haven't. I don't know if the writer's been bad, or he hasn't gotten the push, or he's just not performing. But his whole career took a slump the minute he lost that title. But that brings us to the first non-title match of the evening. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton.
Well, this may be no contest. I would think that that there could be a possible interference, but I think Randy Orton will end up giving a few some of the RKO.
Well, I can see Randy Orton coming out with the win because of Bray's recent history of chronic losses. I don't know how he's going to get the win. It may be by count out. I doubt you're going to see a submission out of Randy Orton. But I can see a definite pin from Randy using the RKO. I'd like to see him use the RKO out of the Sister Abigail. Somehow he gets put in the Sister Abigail, swings around, and slams Bray with the RKO.
That'd be pretty cool to see.
That would be a beautiful thing. Match number 2. Heath Slater and Rhino versus the Usos for the Tag Team Championship.
I don't even know how the Usos even got a championship. I don't even think they deserve it at the moment.
The way they got that, which was kind of sneaky, was they pulled off a win for number 1 contendership against the American Alphas.
I can't picture the Usos winning at mine, so I'm going to have to go with, believe it or not, Heath Slater and Rhino.
Well, I see the Usos are making a huge heel turn, and they're doing it convincingly. And they've changed their intro, they've changed their style. They're definitely pushing to get that heel status. So if they don't win, they will lose by disqualification from being overly brutal, not following the ref's orders or using some sort of weapon. It just seems like they're going to pull a big heel move during this match.
Although if the Usos do win, then I think American Alpha will get a title shot at the Usos.
Well, you have to remember that even if the Usos win, Slater and Rhino still have a rematch.
They do.
So whether they hold that off till the next pay-per-view or if they do it the next night on Raw or on SmackDown, they may win the title back. Now, the Usos, if they lose this match, they don't have a rematch anymore. They got their match at the last pay-per-view. They pulled out a win over the American Alphas to get this number 1 contender spot again. if they lose again, then I think that's it. Then they've got to start looking elsewhere.
No matter what face the Usos had, they never did anything for me, anyways.
Well, they were very entertaining on Raw, and they did add a very interesting element to the tag title race.
But they were not my favorite tag team, regardless of what face they were.
No, but they did what they were supposed to do, which
Right.
is entertain. Speaking of entertaining, the least entertaining on this list is The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler.
Well, you know what? I have a feeling that Dolph Ziggler may lose again. He'll have to retire, but he'll come back as a different character.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm thinking that Dolph is going to be ready, more ready than you think he is. And when Miz goes to use that cheating spray, he's going to turn it on him, and he's going to pull out the win.
I would like to see Dolph Ziggler win because I think he's been underrated by the WWE. And, I think he's gotten the short end of the stick. And I really like to see Ziggler win, but I think he may end up losing and have to change face. Maybe not necessarily a bad guy, but maybe change character with a new attitude.
Yeah, but if he gets fired, he can't do that unless he comes back in a mask, and I think that that's not going to happen. Because unless he's going to Raw. Unless she's going to Raw, because she can retire from SmackDown, I think, and still move over to Raw.
You go as a different name. How many characters have done that?
Women's match. Championship. Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know a whole hell of a lot about Alexa Bliss.
Well, neither do I. I really think that Becky Lynch will retain the championship. She just got it, and I can't see her losing it that quickly.
Becky's got a lot of charisma. And she's a really down to earth character, and I don't see them, taking her title away anytime soon. She's good. She, in my opinion, is what's best for business.
I agree with you.
Speaking of best for business, John Cena versus AJ Styles for the face that runs the place.
Well, I don't think John Cena. I'm going to eliminate him. I don't think he's going to get it. I'd like to see Dean Ambrose back with the championship. So I'm going to go with Dean Ambrose, even though I have a feeling that maybe AJ Styles possibly might retain it, but I'm still going to go with Dean Ambrose.
Well, Cena's working on breaking a record. Cena's working on breaking Ric Flair's record. Now, he had it at one point and was summarily interrupted by Jon Stewart from The Daily Show because he didn't want to see his idol Ric Flair's record be broken. This may be the time that John Cena one-ups Ric Flair and surpasses him for the title reign.
And John Cena's also lost 2 major matches in a row.
Yeah, but somebody's got to lose. Somebody has to lose. I mean, if you look at it, so did Dean Ambrose.
That's true.
And before Styles won the championship, he lost plenty of matches.
Well, regardless what happens, though, I say let's go, Dean.
As much as I am a Dean mark, I really would like to see John Cena have one last run because to me it seems like his career is waning down. So I'd like to see him have one last run, even if it's only for a week, just to get that record before he kind of fades off into the sunset.
See what you see? I can't see you win.
Yeah, I think that because I really think that his career, he's done all that he can do. And it's time for him to let the younger guys or the newer guys step up and take the mantle. And I think that the best way to do that is to pull the title one last time, break the record, put yourself in the history books, and go out with a bang. Lose the title to someone big and walk off into the sunset. That's what I think should happen.
So maybe it's possible John Cena might win it, and then he'll have to wrestle Dean Ambrose. But then AJ Styles should get there's a clause in the match. But I don't think that John Cena will get it. It's very possible, but I'm going to go with Dean Ambrose.
unless they pull one of those Sasha Banks moves. Well, you didn't pin me, so I still get a shot.
It might be a double pin. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, there's no disqualification in a triple threat match. Ultimately, to make it interesting television, I would have the club interfere for AJ. I would have the Shield interfere for Dean. And I would have John Cena fend them both off and do the best he can and see where it goes from there. But I personally think that this is John Cena's last hurrah, or it should be, because he's got way too many other things going on. Wrestling doesn't seem to be his number one priority anymore. And rather than see him, and a bunch of you are going to hate me for this, but rather than see him pass his usefulness like the Undertaker has, and just show up in the ring when in a very disappointing way, I'd rather see him win a title, lose it, and go home.
Leave on a high note.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to know when to throw in the towel, and I think with everything he's got going on right now, now's a good time for him to step down and make someone else the face that runs the place.
I still like to see Lunatic win. Yeah, the Lunatic. I want to see him win.
Yeah, you're as crazy as he is. All right, folks. That seems to be all of that. And with all of that, I'd like to find out who you would like to see win. Not who you think would win, but who you'd like to see win. So leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Have a good night.
And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.